And Mpumalanga Premier Refilwe Mtshweni-Tsipane says there'll be no rest for the province top brass this festive season as the vaccination drive is extended. This is due to low vaccination uptake in the province. The Premier says that the province will engage church leaders and work to address vaccine hesitancy. Lindokuhle Xulu has caught up with the Premier, and this is the story he's filed.
There's concern around the slow uptake of COVID-19 vaccines in Mpumalanga. The province's target was set to inoculate at least 70% of its residents, but they've only managed 35% thus far. Premier Refilwe Mtshweni-Tsipane, flanked by Health MEC Sasegani Manzini, visited some areas like the Ngangala region's eMalahleni to encourage residents to get their jabs. She says some of the causes of the slow uptake of vaccines is the reluctance within the religious fraternity that they say they intend to address.
There's one gap that we have noticed, that our pastors are not keen to take vaccine, and as a result they are also encouraging their congregants not to do the same. So we want to bring the experts as well. So next week we will be gathering with the pastors forum around eMalahleni.
The province's top brass also visited malls and made some house calls. Some vaccine sites were set up at churches to encourage churchgoers to get their jabs. One pastor has welcomed Mpumalanga's approach to partner with them and says this will go a long way.
We have influence in our churches. Normally, whatever we say, they listen to us. So, personally, I can say let people go and vaccinate. But I cannot talk for other churches. Yes, I can only talk for my church, that's all.
Some young people identified among groups much doubtful about vaccines also were seen at these centers. Those who got their jabs had these reasons for waiting this long.
It was like my holding off was not necessarily a conscious act. It was not a conscious decision. It's just that vaccination sites were not easily accessible. I mean, there were times where I'd get to the Highfield Mall and the line is insanely full.
I just didn't feel like doing it. That's just my honest opinion. I just didn't feel like doing it because it's something I didn't understand why we had to do it. I understand it's about eliminating certain things in the environment, but then I just didn't feel like doing it.
They also had some advice for those still caught in two minds.
Most of the time, if somebody is actively not vaccinating, it's from information. So maybe inform yourself more so that you make an informed decision.
Eventually, we're going to have this problem that people that have been vaccinated are going to be fighting against people that have not vaccinated, because no one wants to get this virus from anyone, to be honest with you.
Premier Refilwe Mtshweni-Tsipane says there'll be no rest for the province's leaders this festive season as their vaccine drive will be extended. This to push the 35% of those vaccinated close to the desired 70% by the end of the year. Lindokuhle Xulu, eMalahleni.